Have you visited the happiest place on earth? The Magic Kingdom is a wonderful place for families to vacation together, and we have some great insider tips on how to make it enjoyable for kids of all ages. Joining us today is Bob Collar, host of the Resort Loop podcast, to give us the inside scoop on getting around Disney parks. Now, before we get to Disney, tell us, what is a podcast?
Well, basically, a podcast is an internet radio show. So anything you might be interested in, RVing, camping, motorcycle riding, and even Disney, you can find on a podcast. It used to be you'd listen to them on your little iPods. Mm-hmm. Everybody has smartphones now and laptops, and you can listen to them in your car and all of that stuff. So we actually started a Disney podcast.
Why Disney?
Well, my co-host and I, Tim Scott, and I both love Disney an awful lot, and we work together and we talk about Disney all the time and get the eye roll from our co-workers that would, there they go talking about Disney again. And one day Tim says to me, hey, they've got these podcasts out there talking about Disney. I think we can do that. Okay. And so we started a podcast about 5 years ago, and we're now heard in 149 countries. Wow. And over 1.5 million downloads.
Let's get to that podcast.
All right,
so you've got tips for folks who might have trouble walking, right?
Absolutely. Disney is such a huge place, and if you're afraid, if you have some limited mobility issues, Disney takes care of you. So they rent ECVs, everybody knows them as scooters, at Walt Disney World. And the beauty of it is, if you, let's say you're going to the Magic Kingdom for the day, and you have limited, not full mobility issues, but limited mobility issues, and you want to go to Walt Disney World, so you go to Magic Kingdom, you pay one time for a rental fee, it's around $50, and you just get your scooter and you go around the park. And then in the evening, let's say you go back to you drop the scooter off at guest services, you go to your resort, and you're ready to go have dinner at Disney Springs. You take your receipt, you go to Disney Springs guest services, and you don't have to pay for another scooter. You just give them the receipt, and you can
for your whole trip?
Get another for your whole trip.
Excellent.
So, or for that day anyway.
Oh, okay.
For that day. Now they also have, if you have full mobility issues, they have scooters that they have specific providers for scooter rentals that they'll hook you up with, and you can rent the scooter for the whole time of your stay.
Okay.
So if you have problems getting back and forth to the buses and things like that,
they got you covered.
They got you covered, and the buses are great because they have plenty of room for scooters to be strapped down. You never have to get out of your scooter, which is great.
I was there last year, and that's absolutely true.
There you go.
Some grandparents might be taking their grandkids around, and they can't make it through the whole day, and they need some help. So is there someplace safe for the kids to go?
Parents can't even make it through the whole day most of the time. So, yeah, Disney's got some great kids clubs at 3 locations. At the Polynesian, they have Lilo's Playhouse. At the Beach Club, they have the Sandcastle Club, and at Animal Kingdom, they have Simba's Clubhouse. So kids age 3 to 12, you can drop them off there for a fee, and the kids can just have a great time. And they do such great work. These are certified child care providers, so Disney takes care of them, sometimes better than the parents are taking care of them or grandparents are taking care of them, because we get a lot of folks that say their kids never wanted to come out of the club. They were having so much fun. They even do fun things like pirate cruises every now and then, where they take them around Seven Seas Lagoon and have a good time with that.
Great tips for our viewers.
There you go.
If you've been contemplating traveling to Orlando, but you still have more questions, check out the Resort Loop podcast. The information is next.
To listen to the podcast and to score more Disney Inside Tips, visit resortloop.com.